Welcome to Sovereign Alchemy. Hello, I'm Cindy Carter, and I want to start off by saying something that is the scope of this whole work. No one is coming to save you. And I know that might land hard for you, but some of you. But stay with me, because this is the most liberating truth you're ever going to accept if you choose. Because the moment you stop waiting for someone to rescue you is the moment you discover that everything you've been waiting for has been inside you all along. So that's where we're going to begin this. This is Sovereign Alchemy. This is episode 0, the grand picture. Before we begin a journey, you want to know what you're walking into, right? So, because Sovereign Alchemy is not really a concept or a philosophy, it's not something you read about and feel good about for a day. It's a process. It's a lifelong daily happening. It's a real mapped out sequential process of inner transformation, and it works at every level of your being. It works on your mind, your emotions, your energy field, and your cells, your cellular body. Because what I'm going to share with you has the potential to change everything that you know about yourself, or to shatter what you've believed. So you might be asking, what is alchemy anyway? So we can start there, because the word alchemy tends to make people think of wizards and beakers and mysterious medieval laboratories and mystery schools and stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. Real alchemy is the alchemy that's been practiced across centuries and cultures in one form or another. It's simply the transformation of something raw into something refined. It's the turning of lead into gold. So the ancients understood this literally and symbolically. But what the greatest alchemists knew, and what the mystics knew, what the healers knew, is that the real laboratory is the human being. You are the experiment because you hold all the ingredients. You are the alchemist. Every single element of your life, the pain, the confusion, the patterns that keep repeating, the wounds you've carried since childhood, the beliefs that were handed to you before you were even old enough to question them, that's the raw material. It's the raw information that the cell holds on to. All of it is lead, waiting to become the gold. That's the alchemy. And when it's applied to the deepest levels of who you are, amazing and powerful things can occur. Stability and resilience and refinement. It produces a sacred sovereignty. So you might ask, what is sovereignty? What really is sovereignty? It's a word that gets used a lot right now as, people are waking up to the idea that humanity was really controlled in all phases of life, and they are looking for freedom, so freedom is included in sovereignty. So it's used in all kinds of ways, legally and in government ideas, but that's not what this is. This is spiritual. So it's a specific understanding that sovereignty is not independent just to be independent. It's not isolation, and you aren't forgetting about oneness or unity. It's actually refining the understanding of unity. It's not an arrogance, it's a state of being. Sovereignty is the undeniable stability and authority of your own inner life. That means no one's coming to save you. It means nothing outside of you gets to determine how you feel inside you. Not the news, not other people's behavior, not a guru, not your past, not your circumstances, not your choices. A sovereign person can be deeply affected by all of life and be triggered to the max. and still return to their center. They can feel the full range of human emotions and not be consumed by all of them or any of them. You can respond consciously to a situation and just not be on autopilot with it. You make a choice that you don't comply. Complying. There's a lot of unknown applications of that in your life. What have we complied with? A lot of things. That could be its own podcast. But what's kind of important here is sovereignty is not like an end product. It's not something you find at the end of the path. It's not like we're trying to get to number 7 today. It's something you uncover along the way in every single phase that you're in. Layer by layer. It's the process of alchemy, of bringing conscious awareness through your choice in any given moment. This choice was always there. You just didn't know it was there. So we're going to get to it, We're going to start looking at why this is a different teaching. And there's a whole lot of content out there. I'm aware that there's so much about healing and spiritual growth and consciousness, but a lot of it is really super valuable at certain phases of your path. So no one was showing me the full path. Like, show me the whole thing so I get the whole idea. Because most of it stopped really short. It didn't have a map. It didn't show me all of it. It tells you to do the work without telling you what the work really is. Or it focuses on one piece of the work, one little mindset, one little emotion, without understanding that all of the layers are connected. So, almost none of it goes to the level where real permanent change actually lives. None of them go to the cellular level in a big picture. Because your cells hold the memory. That's the raw information. So how long does the information have to stay with you? It's actually your choice now to decide how long you might want to experience an old wound. Every pattern that you've been running repeatedly, can you choose to just stop running it? Maybe by discernment. Every moment you made yourself small through doubt or shame, or you might have crashed out on somebody when you didn't mean to, or you shut down when feeling kind of vulnerable in a situation. All these live somewhere in your body, in your tissue, in your sinew, in your fascia, in your nervous system, in each and every one of your cells. And you can think about healing all day long and put it on your whiteboard. You can make it a priority. You can journal about it. You can meditate about it. You can talk about it. You can read about it. You can understand it intellectually, all up in your cranium. But until the transformation lands in your body, it isn't complete. That's why there's phases to alchemy. That's why Sovereign Alchemy works at a comprehensive level. That's what makes it different. That's what makes this rare. So how do we actually do this? How do we get transformation to land in the body? Well, that's where the map comes in. The 7 phases, the map. So what are we actually doing? Before you take another step, you need to understand something in you must have said yes to come here and find this. It's not an accident. Synchronicities happen, but you found this work. There might be a reason why. Your higher self might be saying, this is different. We're living in an extraordinary time on this planet. It's a wild, accelerated awakening. And the people who are willing to go inward right now, to do the real work on themselves, are some of the most important people on earth. And I mean that. As this timeline moves forward, more and more people are going to wake up. suddenly, sharply, uncomfortably, sometimes painfully. And they're going to need somebody steady to turn to, someone who's already walked through the fire, someone who knows the terrain. This could be you. In fact, if you're here, it probably already is you. So what we're building together in this series of 25 podcasts, it's not just your personal healing or my personal healing, it's the capacity, it's the depth of your ability to stand in the middle of a transformation, whether it be yours or someone else's, and not flinch. That's what Sovereign Alchemy produces. It's not just about a better life, even though that's absolutely what can happen, but a human being who's been through something real and come out on the other side. They're more themselves now because of it. This process moves through 7 distinct phases, and each one does something very specific. In your awareness, in your emotions, in your energy, and yes, in your body. You go through the fire. You're on fire, and then you're hardened. So what we have to do is soften ourselves to be able to see clearly. And then we need to bring ourselves back together, our male and female, to be balanced. And then we find the gift in what hurt us. And that's the compassion to look at yourself with no judgment. Stripping away everything that was never really us. And then live it daily. While you pay a bill, while you make an appointment, while you deal with some disgruntled person, or while walking through the forest, or standing before a sacred object, or by a rushing river, or having tea with the universe. None of that is an idea. It's, in actuality, we're talking about a certainty that you will stay conscious as a life, as a lifestyle. You could wear it as a uniform. You could carry it as a favorite stone. You could honor it, with your conscious love, this life. There is a map for this, and you're already on it. It's the micro and the macro. As above, so below. So there's something I want you to see as you move through this. Each phase operates on at least 2 levels, simultaneous. Just at least 2. The micro is what's happening inside you personally, like your specific wounds, your specific patterns, your specific story, and progressing a soul through this lifetime. It's your unique journey. And then the macro. That's what's happening at the larger level of consciousness. In your life and lifetime, as well as all of humanity's and Earth's lifetimes. When you do this work for yourself, you don't just change your own life. You change the energy that you bring to every room, to every relationship, to every conversation. You stop, amplifying unconscious patterns. This is the real work. This is identifying your unconsciousness. That's a lot. Just identifying what's unconscious in you. The things that you say to people without even thinking about it, like you're on autopilot. And then you can start contributing something different to your life. Something extremely steady, something extremely clear, something extremely sovereign to the world around you. It's inner alchemy. It's not just personal growth. It's like one of the most quietly radical things that a human being can do in this wild-ass world. So I have an invitation for you to, come stand at the beginning of this journey with me, and you don't need to have a background in spirituality, but if you do, that's fabulous. You'll see this is advanced work. You can take it to advanced levels if you choose. You don't need to know anything about alchemy. You don't need to be healed already. You don't have to have your shit together. You just have to be able to look at yourself, because there is no wrong place to be on this map, on this journey. You just need to be willing to look and willing to feel and willing to let the process do what it already knows how to do. Get out of your own way, because the alchemy knows. This process is intelligent. It has been working in human beings since long before any human gave it a name. You've been alchemizing your whole life. You just haven't had a map for it. Now you do. It's not a mystery. So, over the coming episodes, we're going to move through each phase together slowly and deliberately, one at a time. It won't feel like a class. It'll just be like a discussion, just like this. I'm going to explore how it looks in real life. And we're going to understand what's happening in your body at the cellular level as we move through it. We're going to build something real, not just an understanding, but an embodied experience of your own sovereignty. The life that was always yours is waiting on the other side of this work, and I've seen it happen. I've lived it myself, and I can't wait to walk this path with you. So thank you for being here for this episode 0. So, next week we'll be into phase 1, activating the awareness, the calcination. That's a lit fire. It's a fire that changes everything. So, I'll see you at the bonfire. Thank you for staying sovereign, and see you on the path.